You've written a book, or you're in the process of writing one. How do you get it into the hands of readers? Which route should you take? Do you pursue a traditional publisher or jump right in as an independent, self-publishing author? And if this is the route you choose, where do you start? What do you do? What do you need to know what to do? Join us for some insights and answers in our series, The Self-Publishing Tips. In this episode, let's just get the elephant out of the room and talk about traditional publishing. Welcome to Self-Publishing Tips, a video series that will provide you with tips and tools to help you publish your book yourself. Use the comments box below to request more tips. Let us know if there are other areas about self-publishing you would like to know more about. Hi, I'm Dilsa Saunders-Bailey. I'm the author of 4 self-published books, including a romantic suspense series called The Sperling Chronicles. Check out this video and the rest of the series to learn the ins, outs, and operations of self-publishing. Remember, it's not just about writing word to page. It's about successfully sharing those words while providing value to your audience and potentially generating income. It is the intention of this series to provide the value you need. Please post as you listen and let me know what else you would like to learn about self-publishing. Okay, let's talk the elephant in the room. Yeah, you dreamed your book gets picked up by a large publisher. Crowds push their way into the bookstore where you're autographing your books. Your bank account explodes from the huge 6-figure advance and whopping sales. Everybody's enthralled by your written word. Life is easy. I'm sorry. Wake up. Move before the elephant sits on you. What is traditional publishing anyway? Do you think it will be everything you dreamed of? Maybe, maybe not. Like most things in life, it depends on your expectations. Before traditional publishing, almost every author was self-published. British novelist Charles Dickens was the king of self-publishing. Yeah, that means he did all the work the traditional publisher does now. So aside from doing the grunt work for you, what advantage does traditional publishing offer over self-publishing? Let's dive into this video to find out. Agents. A writer has to shop for a compatible agent, which can be done online, but can be time-consuming. And agents don't work for free. They take a piece of the action if a publisher accepts your book. Most publishers now won't even entertain an unsolicited manuscript. So they require, or your book requires, an introduction from an agent. An agent will get your foot in the door and can represent you when you land the contract. Agents know more about the market many times, and they also know the editors many times who will take a moment to consider your book. An agent can also guide you with the legal processes too, like protecting your rights, securing an adequate advance, and determining your royalties. Agents are important because some of the most successful authors that we know, like J.K. Rowling and Stephen King, waded through tons of rejections. Not because they were bad writers, it just wasn't a good fit for that publisher who was likely overwhelmed by submissions, or maybe those publishers had already filled their quota for that genre. They could have used an agent at that time to help persuade the editor to consider their books. All right, getting closer. The contract is in hand. Do you know what you're reading? Don't get too excited. Get someone with a legal eye to help you maneuver. Why? Because your rights are outlined in the contract. Who owns the copyrights? For how long? I once heard an author at a conference lament that his contract held him hostage for 7 years. And in that time frame, he missed out on the chance for a television series. Not only did the publisher refuse to release his rights, but they had also stopped printing his book and promoting his book. To rub salt in the wound, a very similar TV show was released during that time frame. By the time he had received his rights or obtained his rights back, it was too late. So make sure you read the fine print. Make sure you have the rights that you want. For instance, the ability to distribute or sell in other countries. Know your rights. It's very important. Remember that big advance you dreamed of? Unless you are already a celebrity or a successful author, scratch the 6-figure deals. It's more like 4-figure deals advanced to you against your royalties. Yeah, start deducting the royalties from that advance before you get too excited about your profit. We just talked about that contract. Remember how much you will earn is going to be in that too? Just maybe you'll get a whopping 7 to 10% of the sales price. The percentage will depend on whether your book is published as a hardback or a paperback. Know your contract, and then you'll know your royalties. Now, you hand over your manuscript to a whole team, and potentially you hand over most of the control. Your editor and copy editor may not agree with the direction of your manuscript. It's handed back to you to revise once, twice, whatever they say it needs. You have a layout designer. No worries about the format and production readiness. What about the cover? A cover designer may give you a few choices, but that doesn't mean your choice is the final one that appears on the book. But you were asked your opinion, right? Your book now belongs to the team and to the publisher. They are getting it ready for the market. So calm down. The publisher, the traditional publisher, is footing the bill, not you. How long will your book be in the hands of the team? Your book isn't the only book that's being prepped for production. Each team member is going to be allotted a specific time frame to work on your book. That could be 6 weeks here, 3 months there, which can add up to a significant time. Readying the book can take up to 18 months, depending, of course, on your book. Let's talk distribution. While the book, the ebook, or audiobook is ready for consumption, your publisher has a network in place. Your book will be listed in all the right catalogs. Bookstores, libraries, and other stores can order your books to take up real estate on their shelves. Online retailers can make your ebooks instantly available and your printed books available in a few short days. Audiobooks can be downloaded from Audible, iTunes, and a few other established audiobook platforms, which means your book is not limited to any part of the world. Your publisher has that team I mentioned earlier to make your book visible to be purchased by the right reseller. Marketing and promotion piece. That team that the publisher is paying is still working on your behalf to make you and your book visible and enticing to your target audience. But by only so much. You see, if your book takes off like wildfire, the team will continue to promote you. If your sales are lackadaisical, you will get pushed to the bottom of the pile. Which means, whether the traditional publisher is promoting you or not, it's still your responsibility to do the marketing on your behalf. Your traditional publisher will give you a good head start. But if you're not profitable, they can't afford to continue to invest their labor in your book. So you will still need to get book signings scheduled, attend conferences, speak, hand out free books, do whatever it takes to get your book into your readers' hands. If you want my advice, if you want control, you must self-publish. What does control entail? Can't control it when the traditional publisher has it, but as a self-publisher, you can decide your timeline. Say you don't want to wait a year or so to see your book in print. That's up to you. What about the direction of your book? You hire your copy editor, you hire your editor, and you decide if you like the direction of your book. You create the cover or hire a designer to create the cover. Of course, it's an investment. You will have poured out your hard-earned cash, but won't it be worth it? Think about your end game. Is your book a means to generate more clients for your business? Or are you interested in providing an immediate value or skill to your audience that is timely, like how to survive in a pandemic? What's your goal or dream for your book? Who is your audience? If it's a very defined niche, you may want to self-publish and promote to that finely niched audience. It's your choice, your money. You control the direction. Check out the recap of what traditional publishers do. What's the difference? Control, as I mentioned earlier, and money. Keep in mind as you make the decision whether the timing, the direction, or the financial outlay is the right choice for you. My advice, jump in, self-publish. That's just me. This is all about you. Keep in mind all the different aspects: royalties, rights, productions, control, timelines, distribution. All of that is something that you'll have to consider and that the traditional publisher will do for you. But I know you can do it for yourself a lot better. Self-publish. This video is brought to you by simplydilsa. If this video provided value to you, please subscribe. Don't forget to comment below. Visit us at www.simplydilsa.com and check out the sponsored links below for more recommendations about self-publishing.